Hi, my name is Zaidh Naushard and I was the 4th president of Expolanka Toastmasters Club. When I took over the presidency as the 4th president of this prestigious club, the club was already at its best. Thanks to Toastmaster Asita Jayatunga, who created this monument, I would call, because this club by now has been the factor which the public saw, even how Expolanka as a company was. Created by Asita Jayatunga, molded by DTM Serena Directs and polished by DTM Suhita Karunanayaka, it is now my turn to take this club to the next level. It was not an easy task, but I think with my team we did a fair job to ensure this club's legacy continued. I would like to recall my team first. My VP Education was Toastmaster, who is now a DTM. DTM Hisham Yazir was my VP Education, and I had a VP PR who was Toastmaster Sakin. The VP Membership was Toastmaster Darren. The Secretary of the club was Toastmaster Amanda. The treasurer was Toastmaster Ihsan Farid, and finally the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Yazir Yunus. All these people had a fair and a very good role in the success of Expolanka Toastmasters Club during its 4th year. I would say my greatest strength was this team, especially where I had a very good VP Education who supported me whether I was in the country or outside the country traveling for work. It helped me a lot because I didn't have to take care of anything related to education, where I had to personally get involved because he took care of everything. Also, I had a very good VP PR where we won the social media presence for the first time in the club history during my year. And also, not forgetting the VP Membership, Darren, who played a major role in bringing in new members. The Secretary, who introduced the meeting recap, which is continued up to now, was done. And we were the very first few clubs in the District 82 to get it done as well. My treasurer, Toastmaster Ihsan Farid, ensured that we end the financial year without being in a deficit. So we ended up in a surplus thanks to Toastmaster Ihsan Farid's excellent finance management skills. And of course, Toastmaster Yazir Yunus had a major role to play as the Sergeant at Arms, which he really contributed. I will talk to you during the challenges what we faced, how his involvement was especially in getting the meeting venue organized. So this was my team, and I am recalling it almost after 6 years, because they were the backbone of the success what we had during the 4th year. Every club has its own challenges. We too faced major challenges. The very first challenge was how to take this club to a greater height, because it was already at its peak. That was able to do, as I said, with my team. But there was one significant challenge I would like to recall. That was the change of the meeting venue. Now, Expolanka Holdings was very supportive, especially in member development. Of course, it has its own cost reduction methods. However, they never compromised the development of the members or its staff. So I didn't have any financial issues because the budgets that they promised everything was granted. However, the biggest issue was the change of meeting venue, where the company had taken a decision to convert the learning center or our meeting venue into another workspace. Therefore, we didn't have the venue which we've been meeting all this time. So how to change the venue was a very critical decision that as the president I had to take. We started meeting at Milepost Avenue office, But that didn't work out because of the boardroom setup. Our members were used to a theatrical meeting setup. Because of that, our members preferred a similar venue. The venue we meet at Clifford Avenue 4th floor today was identified by me, and ever since then we are still meeting at that same venue. That's one of the biggest changes I would call that happened during my year. One of the things I would like to recall as another challenge was getting the members engaged. Everyone was busy in their own way, so we had to create a lot of interest in conducting educational meetings. My VP had to put in lots of efforts to bring in a lot of keynote sessions, add many value, so that these members kept on coming without decreasing the number. We were able to tackle that as well. Those were the challenges I would like to recall during my year, which actually made us as a pain point and during the entire continuation of my presidency. We reached a lot of milestones. As I said, for the first time in the history of Expolanka Toastmasters Club, we won a district award for the social media presence. I thought that was a big achievement at that time, and the biggest milestone what we reached was the Golden Gavel Plus. We were able to retain what Serena directs as the president started, Suhita continued, and I was able to retain the Golden Gavel Plus for the third consecutive year and to be the President's Distinguished Club ever since the inception of the club. That was one of the biggest milestone achievements. Today I'm very happy. The best practices what we introduced are being carried forward even till date in the club. Another thing I can recall is the educational sessions we had. The keynote session especially, where DTM Hisham Yazir was very focused on bringing in a lot of and variety of keynote speakers to keep our membership focused and to pull in more new members into the organization. We had given opportunities for our own people, our own members to do keynote sessions and shine from there onwards. So that was one of the things I think behind the success of Expolanka Toastmasters Club during our year. Retaining members was a challenge like every exco faced, or every year everyone faced. For us also it was a challenge because good members, some of them left the company, therefore they left the membership. We didn't have an alumni system at that time to bring in the members. So what we had to do was we had to always keep the members engaged. We planned a lot of activities. We'd been having an active WhatsApp group, as well as we had to plan an outing for the members where we went down south with almost about 15 people as far as my memory recalls, which actually brought in unity inside the club to ensure these people stayed after the trip as one team and continued. So what I would see is, as long as you have a lot of member engagement activities, when you take the members outside the club rather than only making them stay inside a typical club meeting, I think that will add more value into keeping the members intact. We went for conferences, we went for educational sessions, we went for dinner outings, we went for like I mentioned earlier, we went for outings. All these extra activities what we did only ensured that the members were together. Some of the friendships that I created, especially with DTM Yazir, are continued even for today because of those bonds we had at that time. When it comes to meeting proceedings, how it differed from today, one of the key changes were the head table. Up to my year, the mid of our year, the head table was there for Expolanka Toastmasters, every Expolanka Toastmasters meeting. Because we had to change the venue, and with the change of venue, the head table went off gradually, and the current way of conducting meetings without a head table, where the person who's in control walks in forward and conducts the meeting, that was introduced during my year. That is one of the key changes we did in the meeting proceedings, and from that point onwards, every meeting has been evolving drastically to be where it is today. Another thing I would like to recall at this point is that always we've been focusing on the quality of the speeches. We had a very slow start, but towards the end we were somehow able to pick it up. Unlike most of the clubs or the excos, where they always focus on the DCP goals or the Golden Gavel goals at the very first at the very beginning of the Toastmasters year, and try to finish off everything without even considering about the quality. One of the key things I can be even happy for until today is that we focused on the quality of speeches when it comes to delivering speeches or presentations. That's where we focus a lot of keynote activities on basic speech structure, body language, vocal variety, focused on the CC manual. That actually helped us to create quality speakers whom you see even for today as the champions of the club, or even as the evaluation champions. The decision that was taken to put quality over quantity created a positive result in the club, whereas most of the good speakers we had at that time was because of the quality we focused during the year. I think that is very, very important even for today. My advice to the upcoming exco or any exco is that don't ever focus just merely the quantity. It's no point achieving educational awards or goals at the end of the day compromising the quality. You need to always focus on quality. When you have quality members, the club will survive. When the club survives, you can do a lot of great things. If you focus on quantity, it is a short-term goal. You will achieve what you want to an extent, but gradually the club will die. And I am happy the club is at its best even today, because we didn't focus on quantity, we only focused on quality. That is why it took us almost towards the end of the year to achieve most of these DCP goals or Golden Gavel goals at the end of the day. People thought we will never achieve it, but we did it because we had that consistency, we had very good planning, and we focused merely on quality. So that was about Expolanka Toastmasters Club during my year as the 4th president. I am happy to recall this memory after almost 6 years and truly being proud to be one of the presidents of Expolanka Toastmasters Club. I wish the club all the very best, and I hope this club will stand for many more years to come. And as members, we will always be with Expolanka Toastmasters Club. Thank you.